Australia. Australia, as a loyal member of the British Commonwealth, entered World War II immediately after Britain declared war on Germany in 1939. Australian troops fought in North Africa, Greece, and the Middle East, becoming renowned for their defense at Tobruk and key role in the victory at El Alamein. After Japan's entry into the war, Australia faced direct attacks for the first time, including the devastating bombing of Darwin on February 19, 1942, the largest attack ever mounted on Australia by a foreign power. This shifted the nation's focus to defending the Pacific, forging a crucial partnership with the United States that saw Australian forces fight in New Guinea, Borneo, and the Philippines. Brazil. Brazil entered World War II in 1942 after a series of German U-boat attacks. Sank Brazilian merchant ships and public outrage forced the government to declare war on Germany and Italy. The country played an important role in protecting Atlantic shipping lanes and sent the Brazilian Expeditionary Force to Europe. Around 25,000 Brazilian soldiers, supported by an air squadron, fought alongside U.S. and Allied troops in Italy, taking part in key operations such as the Battle of Monte Castello, the Gothic Line Offensive, and the Po Valley Campaign. Their contribution marked Brazil as the only Latin American nation to deploy a major fighting force to Europe, boosting its international standing after the war. Canada. Canada was an important member of the Allies during World War II. Canadian soldiers fought in key battles in Europe, including the Battle of Normandy in 1944, where they helped break through German defenses and liberate parts of France. Canada also provided a large amount of weapons, vehicles, food, and raw materials to support the war effort. The Royal Canadian Navy grew quickly to protect supply ships crossing the Atlantic from German submarines, while the Royal Canadian Air Force took part in bombing missions over Europe. Canada's efforts during the war helped shape its role as an important nation after the conflict ended. China. China was one of the main Allied countries in World War II, fighting Japan from 1937 onwards in what is known as the Second Sino-Japanese War. The Chinese nationalist government, led by Chiang Kai-shek, tried to resist Japanese invasion despite limited resources and internal struggles. The war caused immense suffering for the Chinese population, with millions of casualties and widespread destruction. China received some support from the Allies, including the United States. The Chinese forces played an important role in tying down large numbers of Japanese troops, preventing them from being used elsewhere in the Pacific. Communist China. During World War II, Communist China was led by Mao Zedong and his forces, mainly active in northern parts of the country. Although they were not the official government, the Communists fought the Japanese alongside the nationalists. Their guerrilla tactics and local support allowed them to control and protect many rural areas from Japanese occupation. The Communists focused on winning the support of peasants, promising land reform and social change. This helped them grow stronger during the war years. After the war, this strengthened the Communist position in China's civil conflict. Chinese warlords. During the Second Sino-Japanese War, various regional warlords in China, who normally fought among themselves or against the central government, temporarily united to resist the Japanese invasion. These warlords controlled armies loyal to their own territories rather than the central Kuomintang government. Ethiopia. Ethiopia was invaded by Italy in 1935. Italian forces used modern technology to quickly occupy the country by 1936. In 1941, allies with Ethiopian resistance launched the East African Campaign, successfully defeating Italian forces and liberating country. Emperor Haile Selassie returned to his throne. The war exposed the weakness of the League of Nations and highlighted Mussolini's imperial ambitions. France. After France's defeat in 1940, General Charles de Gaulle fled to London and formed the Free French Forces, refusing to accept German occupation. Fighting alongside the Allies in North Africa, Italy, and the liberation of France, they also supported resistance efforts at home. De Gaulle's leadership helped restore French sovereignty and secure place among the major Allied powers by 1944. India. Over 2.5 million Indian soldiers fought from North Africa to Southeast Asia, supplying one of the largest volunteer armies of the war. India provided vital food, raw materials, and military equipment to the Allies, while political unrest grew at home through the Quit India movement and the Japanese-supported Indian National Army. New Zealand. More than 140,000 New Zealanders served overseas in campaigns such as Greece, North Africa, and the Pacific. They built unique tanks like the Bob Semple and Schofield, but neither were used in combat. At home, the country became a hub of Allied logistics, repairing ships, training airmen, and preparing troops for service in the Pacific. South Africa. Over 300,000 South African troops fought in campaigns across East and North Africa and Italy, earning fame for their role at El Alamein. The country became a crucial source of strategic minerals, particularly gold and uranium. The war also exposed deep social and political divisions. Racial segregation severely limited opportunities for Black South Africans, despite their contribution to the workforce and military support services. Soviet Union. The Soviet Union was a key Allied power in World War II. In 1941, Germany invaded in Operation Barbarossa, forcing the USSR to mobilize millions. The Eastern Front became the war's most dangerous battlefield, with Stalingrad and Kursk turning the tide. Industry was moved east of the Urals, keeping weapons flowing despite bombing. From 1943, the Red Army pushed west, liberating Eastern Europe and capturing Berlin in 1945. Victory came at a terrible cost, with over 20 million Soviet casualties. In the final days of the war, the USSR also invaded Manchuria, helping to bring Japan closer to surrender in Asia. United Kingdom. Britain entered the war in 1939 after Germany attacked Poland. From 1940, it endured the Blitz, but morale held. The Royal Navy protected sea routes, while Britain became the base for D-Day in 1944. British forces fought in North Africa, the Mediterranean, and Asia. Winston Churchill's leadership and the Empire's resources helped keep the Allied cause alive until victory. United States of America. The U.S. joined the war after Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941. America mobilized its vast industry, becoming the arsenal of democracy and supplying weapons worldwide. U.S. forces fought in Europe and the Pacific, from D-Day to the island-hopping campaign against Japan. In 1945, the U.S. dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, forcing Japan's surrender. Yugoslavia. Following the Axis invasion in 1941, the communist partisans under Tito waged a massive guerrilla war, liberating territory despite minimal early support. By 1943, they gained Allied recognition over the royalist Chetniks, paving the way for a post-war socialist Yugoslavia under Tito's leadership. Thanks for watching. Part 2 is coming soon, so don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out my video about Axis forces if you haven't seen it yet. Goodbye.